This video is sponsored by HelloFresh. HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit delivery service. With HelloFresh, you get mouth-watering seasonal recipes that are pre-measured ingredients delivered right to your front door. HelloFresh makes cooking fun, easy.
I'm the cook and I love easy.
And it's affordable.
The recipes are so delicious and it saves time.
And it has become part of our routine. I'm a very picky eater, but the HelloFresh food is so delicious.
And I'm a big eater, so HelloFresh allows me to choose a bigger box size. Cheryl, dinner's ready.
Okay, I'll be right there.
Boy, this turned out great.
Oh, it smells so good and I am starving. To try HelloFresh, go to HelloFresh.com and use code SewingRoomChannel14 to get 14 free meals and free shipping. Now make sure you write that down. To try HelloFresh, go to HelloFresh.com and use code SewingRoomChannel14 to get 14 free meals and free shipping. That food was really, really good. Now, speaking of cooking in the kitchen, I have 2 items I'm going to show you how to make that will make your cooking process in your kitchen so much easier. And this is a microwave bowl cozy. So when the bowls are super hot, you pull them out of your microwave and you won't burn your little fingers. And they are pretty too. And this other one I really, really love, and it's a microwave potato cooking bag. You just slip your potatoes in there, close it up, turn it upside down, and cook. Now I am using fat quarters. I use 2 different ones for this one and 2 different ones for this one. But you can use all the same fabric if you like. So let's get started. For the microwave bowl cozy, I'm using quilting fabric that's 100% cotton. So you're going to need 2 squares that are a 10-inch square. They can be the same color or a different color. Then you're also going to need 2 squares that are 10 inches by 100% cotton batting. Don't use anything polyester in this because it is going into your microwave. Also use 100% cotton thread. So you're going to take 1 piece of cotton batting and lay it down, and take one of your squares and place it on top with the pretty side on top. And you're going to do quilting stitches all over it. And you may want to add a few little pins. I didn't, but you may want to. And I just did it on a diagonal. So I went from corner to corner, and then I went out and did another stitch a couple of inches, and then went out and did one more a couple of inches. Then I went over and did the same thing on the other side. Then I turned it and did the same thing, going down the middle first and then going out and doing 2 more rows. So it's on a diagonal pattern. I'm going to show it to you on the back. You can probably see the stitches a little better. You do that with both of your cotton battings and both of your cotton squares of quilting fabric. Then you're going to take it and fold them in half. And I'm going to show you how to put some lines on it. Now, down here at the folded edge, make sure it's lined up here at the top. So down at the folded edge, make sure your fabric is smooth on the inside. You're going to go over 2 inches this way and then up 1 inch this way. And I like to use the lines on my cutting mat, so I've pushed it into the corner here. And I'm taking a ruler and putting it down here up against the 1 inch going up this way, and then over on the 2 inch going that way. So 1 and 2, just remember that. And then draw a line. Go over here to the other corner and do the same thing. Then you're going to stitch right on top of that drawn line on both edges. You're going to trim some of this off, so I'm placing the 1/4 inch line on my ruler right on top of that stitch line. And I'm going to just trim it off with my rotary cutter. Then I'm going to turn it and do the same thing on this corner. And cut it off. Now take your bowl cover and open it up, and now you're going to turn it and fold it this way. And you're going to repeat the same steps. You're going to draw those lines from the 1 inch to the 2 inch, and then go over to this corner and do the same thing. Then stitch on top of those lines and then trim the excess off. You have 2 ways you can do this. You can leave the corners pointed like this, or you can round them. So I like rounding them. So take anything round, a large lid, whatever you have handy, and when the side of your lid or whatever template you're using touches the edges, then either draw around it and then cut it with scissors. I'm just going to use my rotary cutter, and I'm just going to trim right around it like that. And then go over here to this side and do the same thing. So you're doing it to both of your squares and cotton batting. So you should have 2 of these when you're done. You want to turn one to where one is outside and one is inside. So on this one, the outside fabric is showing. On this one, the cotton batting is showing. We're doing that because we're going to stitch them together. So you want to take them inside of each other. So when you're looking at it now, you're seeing both cotton batting sides. Then you're going to line it all up and place pins around the edges. As you're pinning, when you come to your seams, you want to match the seams up. Now, to make it easier to stitch over these little seams right here, I pinned one seam going one way and the other seam going the other way. And that way it's not too lumpy. It's hard to open up these 1/4 inch seams, so that's why I did it that way. So place pins all around the edges. Then indicate one area, and this is my area right here, where you're gonna leave it open. That's because we're gonna turn it front side out. So I'm gonna start here at this seam and stitch a 1/4 inch all the way around. Now when you get to the corners, you want to go a little slow. And I've got 2 pins over here, and this is where I want to stop. So back stitch at both the starting point and the ending point. After stitching, then you want to go around all of the edges, and with some small scissors, it's much easier. Just do little clips, cut right up near, not through your stitch line, and do these little clips all the way around the edges. Then you're going to go to wherever your opening is, here's mine, and you're going to slowly begin turning it front side out, because all you've got is this little opening, so it's going to take you a little bit to do it. So here's where my opening was. So you want to turn those edges inside 1/4 inch and pin it closed. Then I went ahead and pinned my edges flat because it's going to be a lot easier to sew them because it's really thick. So you want to not only just stitch over your opening, but you want to go all the way around the edges, and you're going to do about a 1/8 inch seam. As I was stitching around the edges, I had my stitch length set at 3, but it was so thick I had to adjust it, and I changed it to 3.5. So you may want to just stitch a little bit and see if it's working out for you if you need to make adjustments. And this is how it turned out. This is really, really cute. You can always make these larger or smaller. The best way to adjust the bottom is to just adjust your darts, either shortening them or lengthening them just a little bit. One thing that's nice about this microwave bowl cover is that it's a different color on the inside, so you could just turn it the other way, and on the outside I have little kitty cats. So you can make these for children. You can even put little snacks in here like pretzels or little popcorn. I have another friend who's a grandma, and that's what she does. Not only does she use them for her bowls, but she gives them to the kids with their little snacks in it. Now let's move on to the next project. To make the baked potato bag, you'll need 2 rectangle pieces of fabric that are both 10 inches by 20 inches. You'll also need 1 cotton batting layer that is also 10 by 20. So I've put the cotton batting underneath this layer here. This is going to be my outside, and I did some quilting stitches on it. I went in the middle here and went all the way down to the other end. Then I went over 1 more on each side and went down a couple inches apart. And then every few inches I did one like this. This helps to hold that cotton batting in place so when you wash it, the cotton batting doesn't shift around. So after you've got that done, then take your other piece of fabric and lay it on top. And then you're going to place pins all the way around all 4 sides. And always indicate where you're going to leave an opening. So I have 2 pins here and 1 pin here. And this is where I'm going to turn it front side out. And this is my starting point. I'm going to back stitch here and also back stitch at the end. You'll do a 1/4 inch seam starting here. As you go down to this corner right here, leave your needle down through your fabric, lift your presser foot, turn this fabric here, lower your presser foot, and continue stitching. And do that at all your corners. And when you come back around here, don't forget to back stitch. Now you want to trim some of the fabric off the corners, because if you don't do this, they're going to be very thick and lumpy, and they're not going to lay very nice. So I like to cut them down to where they're about 1/8 of an inch wide. So I'll cut some going off this way, and then I'll go off to the side and just trim a little bit of it off. And also on the other side, I'll do the same thing. And again, do this at all 4 corners. Now go through your opening and begin pushing the front side out. Before you close up your opening, you want to reach inside and poke all 4 corners out to make sure that they're flat and not too rounded. Then pin your opening closed by turning the edges in 1/4 inch. Then you want to go around, and not only are you going to stitch across here, but you're going to stitch close to the edge all the way around all 4 sides. Now you want to fold it up, and I went up about 7 inches. You could go up 8 if you wanted to. So there's about 7 inches from the bottom up to here. And this last step is really easy. You're just going to stitch right over the same stitch line to close it all up. And I would back stitch right here. After you've washed your baked potatoes off, you want to leave them a little damp. Then put it inside of the holder here fold this closed, and then I would turn it upside down so that it stays closed. And you could cook it for anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes. It's really up to however you like your baked potato. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in other beginners sewing projects that you can use in your kitchen, check for the video links below your YouTube screen. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and make sure you check out my Facebook page. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing! I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click on the thumbs up button. Don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. If you haven't subscribed yet, click on that red subscribe button down there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Don't forget to click on the bell. I'm Cheryl, and this is a lot of mayonnaise. See you next time, and happy sewing!